Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geek It Out. I'm yours truly, the Date Posse, here with my boy, Don Frickin' Prime.
Good day, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Yo, guys. Yo. What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on? We got the rescue in the house. Rescue. Pepper Potts Mark 48. Is it Mark 48 rescue? Is it Mark 48? I think she's the Mark 48.
48 or 49?
48 or 49. Yes. Wow. Yeah, I think it's the 49 or the 48. I tend to get mixed up with the numbers here. But yes. Oh my god, guys. She looks great. I can't believe it, man. She turned out great. Just look at that piece right there. Just look at it. Just look at the detail, man. Look at the lighting, guys. But yeah, guys, today we'll be doing the do or do not. There is no try on the freaking rescue and the Mark 42. I'm going to throw these both in here because we're late with the do or do nots. And people keep asking about it for us. I'm like, come on, let's bring it in. Bro, what you thinking, man? You liking this piece, bro?
Flat out, I think it looks glorious. I think it is going to put a lot of collectors, in the happy realm. Just for me, though, it is a pass. I don't think she's essential.
It's a do not.
Yeah, it's a do not for me. There's a number of things.
Oh, my God.
First off, I don't have an emotional attachment to the figure. Pepper Potts is awesome, but if you're dropping that type of money, again, for Pepper Potts in a die-cast figure, granted, she played a big role in the movie. It's just, I don't have the attachment to her, and I feel the money could be spent on other figures I do have an attachment to. Now, the face sculpt right there is absolutely beautiful. Now, and again, we were talking prior to this, where's the actual full head sculpt to do the death scene?
You know what? This would have been an absolute do. 5 freaking weapons if they had thrown in the full-on head sculpt. I mean, the death scene, because that's what I want to recreate with my Battle Damage Mark 85. Is to recreate that moment between Pepper and the Mark 85. Like, that, and you can't do it with this head sculpt. You gotta do it with the full damn head sculpt.
Exactly, and now the problem is this neck even removable for you to do the actual the neck scene? Because she's like her, just like the Iron Man's armor, the neck comes down a bit, and so she has exposed neck. Now, if you wanted to put just a standard third-party head on there, you probably could do it. But if you want to go for the full, neck thing, I don't even know if that looks like it's even removable.
There seems to be a gap there. If you see it, there seems to be a gap there that you might be able to remove the neck piece. We'll find out in a minute from all the collectors over there at
exactly.
HK.
Now, the only thing I can think of is like the Mark 42. I don't think you could have removed the because I had it, and if I'm remembering correctly, you couldn't remove the neck of the 42 to put a full neck piece in. So. Again, I don't know. That's just my fear, is that this is, pretty much fixed in, and you can only remove the head from the ball joint. You couldn't actually put a full head sculpt in with the neck.
That also brings me a little bit of not hate, but disappointment with this figure now. Because if you can't remove that, then my hopes and dreams of freaking buying a eBay Pepper Potts head sculpt is blown away now. It's out of the bush now. Unless a third party comes out, it just creates the head just to fit it in with the Pepper Potts, which it might happen.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, customizers, companies, they do everything. I mean, if anybody had the diecast Mark III, there were either the stealth version or the normal version. There were companies that were actually producing armor plates, just the panels that were placed, different variations, different levels of battle damage. So, I mean, just because it's not being shown here, I mean, and we are not sure if the next removal, but believe me, somebody already has this figure in Hong Kong right now. They're already getting the dimensions, and they're already putting stuff into a CAD to have stuff ready for sale by next week. So it's not going to be long before we start seeing mods and custom pieces for this. Now, whether they're going to be up to your snuff, that's up to you.
Oh my god, look at the hypocrisy, man. Look at the audacity that Hot Toys would do to us. Again, with another freaking Wanda from freaking Infinity War and Endgame. The figure that we're never going to get. And I'm hoping that Hot Toys would deliver this figure for the moment in the episode 3 with Wanda Vision. Like, she did pop up with this look when she was facing off against sword agents. So
yeah, when she brought the drone back.
Yeah, they brought the drone back. So there's an opportunity right there for Hot Toys to do it. They just blurted it out too, like, nah, let's not give them any ideas.
It's like, yep, just some random Photoshop. It looks good. Change the lighting up so it makes it looks like flush.
Damn. That's been messed up. But hey, the whole squad is here. The Femme Fatales is pretty cool.
A-Force, I think, was what they're called in the comics.
Yeah, A-Force, yeah. But oh man, look, they're playing with your heartstrings here. You need you need the rescue for your Mark 85, baby. Come on, you can't. Hot Toys needs you to buy this rescue. Well, they already been bought, but I'm just saying they want you to get this rescue, man.
Yeah, that just evokes emotion. That's trying to evoke emotions, and it's doing a decent job of it. It's just, are you really gonna display your figures like that? I mean, some people might, but that's almost $1,000 when you take in taxes, shipping, everything. That's almost $1,000 display right there. Them just in that embrace. That's almost $1,000.
I got you. Hey, give me a second. My alarm is going off. There you go. Cool. All right. So, yeah, like, at the end of the day, would you get another rescue? No, would you get a rescue, or would you, pay a little bit more and get yourself another Mark 85? Like, let's say you already have the Mark 85 clean. What about going for a Mark 85 battle damage at this point?
Yeah, because it's going to have the actual detailing. It's going to include the Tony Stark, dying head sculpt. It's going to have the attachment piece that actually shows the gauntlet with the different colors going through them. I mean, ultimately, this is up to you. Does Pepper mean something to you, or does she not? If she does, then you're going into the evaluation. Is it worth the money? Do I have a space for it on my collection? How's it going to fit in? Again, for me, she does not fit into my collection. But again, she does look beautiful. Just, if you look at the face mask, it almost evokes old style, like sci-fi stuff too, because it's not that standard Iron Man mask. Just, it almost looks like Metropolis, the way that the front mask is done. It invokes a little bit of Metropolis, and and if you don't know what Metropolis is, go take a research. It's one of the foundations of sci-fi, especially with mecha robots, anything like that. And this
I think C-3PO was based off Metropolis.
Yep.
Well, the actual gold look to him, but originally C-3PO and R2 were based off the two crazy the crazy hermits or whatever. The crazy drunks. I can't remember from the Kurosawa film. They were based off those two characters, the crazy funny characters. But the actual look design was based off the Metropolis android or robot.
Yep.
But also a great film. You guys wanting into films.
It's
that's one of the classics. Old. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even think about Metropolis. Wow.
Yeah,
that looks amazing, though.
Yeah, definitely. My only concern, though, again, from the back, her panels, they don't look like they're secured as well as, like, the normal Iron Man. I mean, it looks like they just might be on a hinge. Now, obviously, that's a separate part, with her But just the actual back panels, they would worry me if they're up that exposed because the hinge might look loose. Or not even loose, but weak.
I'm trying to find the backs here. Because they don't want to show me the back. Let me see. Did they show us the back? Let me see. Because it's always in an angle. It's always in an angle. It's not really at the... Okay, that's better. That's better right there.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like, for that would give me worries.
Why is that? Because it
because
could fall...
Well, not necessarily because it doesn't look like, aside from a standard, like hinge like a hinge, it's not really secured all that much.
But this is supposed to be die-cast, right?
Yeah, but again, that might work against it if it's die-cast, and again, if the joint is not like reinforced, I just see potential issues. Again, and if you're trying to do some of these extreme poses, you're leaving that up for a while, it's possibly gonna, loosen, degrade. Again, that's, my concerns. Just from looking at pictures and, experience with other Iron Man figures and, the back panels and, things just degrading if you leave them posed for a certain amount of time. And that includes joints as well from Iron Man figure.
Wow. Didn't even think about the back panels. Okay, so they showed us the back panel there, but they didn't open them up. Let me see. Let's go through these. Okay, so that's better. That's better. They look pretty thin though from there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the connections do look thin.
We just gotta see some of the HK photos right now from collectors. Posted them on Facebook social media right now, and then we'll probably see a better look of them. But that could be a concern for collectors out there that want to pose this up, quite frequently, especially with these panels. It might cause your figure to degrade a lot faster, especially since it's very thin like this.
Exactly. Now, just as a side note, with this coming out and then tie it into another thing, the opening of Disney's Avengers Campus, I potentially think we might actually end up getting another figure because of that. And that will look actually better with Rescue than the 85. I think the Mark 80, which is a Disney exclusive, and I actually got to see the suit along with the exclusive Disney Spider suit at New York Comic Con. So there's actually a Mark 80. They have a full suit. It's supposed to be in the MCU line, and it's supposed to, in the grand scheme of things, the 80 was supposed to be built after, Rescue, but before the 85. So, and again, I do think Hot Toys is going to make a Disney exclusive for California at the Mark 80.
So the Mark 80 might be a Toy Fair exclusive.
I don't know necessarily Toy Fair exclusive, or it might be exclusive to you have to buy it at Disney. Just like there's the Shanghai store at Shanghai Disney World, and they did specific figures for them. I think that is now a possibility, and that ties in more to Rescue as the Mark 80 than the 85.
Oh yeah, so they might do something similar to what they did with the first Midas, where Midas you only could get it at a certain store. Or
exactly, yep, because they did it with the reissued plastic Mark 6. It was exclusive just to Disney Shanghai. But then Hot Toys sent some over to Sideshow, but that was exclusive to Sideshow. So. Wow.
Damn. Damn. The more I talk to you, the more no, I'm not going to get this, man. This is 2 weapons right now. I was going to give it 3. But after talking with you, bruh, damn, this is like a dude, but with 2 weapons. I was going to give it a dude with 3 weapons. The reason why I give it 3 is because you might be able to have fun posing this up with your Mark 85. So if you don't want to get, let's say you're fine with getting the Mark 85 clean and you're not thinking of getting the Mark 85 battle damage, then the Rescue will be a nice piece for you to get with your Mark 85 clean. Because I heard there's people out there collectors that are not picking this. Oh my God, look how real is that? Look how I love it. I love when they do this. I love when they put them in the environments.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I see Metropolis with the facial features and the way it's set up. I see Metropolis.
My question is, because this probably is not as didn't do as many pre-orders as other Iron Mans. Is there potential for this to hit a Grail piece? Because I don't think the Pepper Potts pieces they weren't Grail pieces before, you know. And now I'm saying that this would have been 5 freaking weapons, Grail piece to end all Grail pieces for Pepper Potts if they had thrown in the full on head sculpt.
Yeah, if they did the full head sculpt, they did the full neck piece to do the actual death scene. A lot of issues potentially could be overlooked because you're going for that end piece. But again, without that, the full head and neck sculpt, you're kind of limiting in your display options. Again, because you want to put Spider-Man and Iron Patriot and Rescue, all around Tony as he's dying. They all need their full head sculpts. Or at least Rescue does. Because I'm trying to think. I think Rhodey's was at least, his helmet was down. So, I mean, if we're only going to get like a helmet sculpt from Rhodey for Iron Patriot 2, I mean, then that's the potential of your death scene is going away quick. If you're going to do that.
Damn. So, it is a do not for you, man?
Yeah, aesthetically, it looks really good. They think they nailed the facial features really well. Just, I have a few concerns. Even if I was buying it, I do have a few concerns with the structure of the actual figure, especially the back panels. Like you're saying, they do look thin, the connection points. Lack of full head sculpt. But yeah, I mean, when this went up, this was a no for me because, again, I don't have the emotional attachment, and I'm not spending $430 plus on something just as an accessory piece for me.
Yeah, at this point, if you aren't a fan of the Rescue or not looking to get now, if you, like I said before, it's 3 weapons for me for dues, because if you're looking to get the clean Mark 85 only and not get the battle damage and just get the clean one with the Rescue with it, then that'd be a perfect combo for you. But as for me, if I was going to get this should have been the freaking full head sculpt. Now, I probably will be getting the Rescue maybe in the future, maybe, discounted. Maybe if a third party comes out with their full-on head sculpt for this figure, then it will probably it'll help me push to get the Rescue,
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, we could have third-party parts coming out next week, which totally changes the figure, or, people make modifications, upgrade parts, so that you can actually do the full head sculpt. So, again, this is all subject to the information that we have right now, because Rescue just came out. I don't think there's actually any full reviews, even on YouTube right now, because nobody's had time to upload anything. It's been that quick. So,
I gotcha. But anyway, let's get right into the Iron Man Mark 42 Deluxe Edition Quarter Scale Hot Toys reissue.
Okay.
Come on down.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll tell, like you know previously, I had the Mark III quarter scale. Sideshow sent that to me. It had issues. So, it's already back on the way to them, and Sideshow has already shipped me my new one. So, at least from what I saw from my Mark III, I love the size. I love the paint job on it. I love the aesthetics. So, this is one of those situations, I get my Mark III back in. Everything's fine. I'm probably going to bite the bullet after all and eventually pre-order this guy.
The Mark 42, baby. You jumping on the due for this, baby. The 5 weapons. Are you giving me 5 weapons, baby?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact that he's rocking the battery and he's got the connections. It's just like that one scene is just like Tony Stark in a nutshell. It's like he'll do anything. He'll do the unconventional. And I do like Iron Man 3. I know a lot of people don't. I really like Iron Man 3.
You know what? I really do like Iron Man. Oh my god! Give me a second. Now I gotta go back and find the damn battery. The battery was here. There you go, the battery. Okay, cool. Anyway, yes. Iron Man 3, I really enjoyed Iron Man 3 because it sold on me the whole Prodigal Son returns. You know? I love that jab. I love that segue into the original Iron Man 1, you know, the Prodigal Son returns, you know, and this was Tony Stark's way of freaking trying to rebuild himself while he was down, kind of like, but it was like this is up the scale now, since now you got people around you are getting destroyed or about to get hurt. Now there's more stakes on the line. It's kind of like the first one where, you know, he was in the caves, but it was all about him, right? And then, you know, the doctor who helped him. But here now he has Rhodes, he has Pepper, he has to, and also his legacy he has to look after now by just coming back with his Mark 42. And the Mark 42 was just breaking down everywhere. So he was literally rebuilding himself as he was trying to take on the freaking Mandarin.
Yeah, I mean, and I had the 42, I had the 6-scale diecast. If the battle damage parts were just half as detailed and intricate as this, I would not have sold it. This is a battle damaged figure. This is what it's supposed to look like. The damage is not symmetrical. It's evenly applied in the right areas. In other areas where nothing happened, it's left alone. I love the fact that the flaps, especially in the knees and the legs, they all come out to expose everything. The detailing on this is insane. Now, I'm not going to pre-order it right now. No, this is not an immediate pre-order. This is more of a, again, due to the price, I probably will, but you got to plan a little bit for something that, you know, that costs this much.
I got more alarms going off. Let me make sure all my alarms are done, because I'm supposed to be waking up right now. Okay, so off that. Okay, so we're good. Continue.
Yep. Yeah, so, and thankfully I have a module case, so it would go right next to the Mark III, and I'd have no problem with space.
So yeah, I'm loving the battle damage pieces. Now, from what I've been hearing, you know, and also seeing the sales for this, like this figure before the reissue was selling for $800 to $1,000, and this is the quarter scale. Yeah, used the quarter scale Mark 42 used for $800 to $1,000. And then some of the new ones would go, you know, reach close to $2,000.
Yep.
As for this bad boy, I've been hearing out of all the quarter scales. Now, PJ came out and said the Mark 45 was one of his favorites. The Mark 45 doesn't fit for me. Mark 45 has never hit me like this, like the Mark 42 or the Mark 7.
It's almost like a transition suit.
Yes. I feel that the Mark 45 has that Ultron look to it, but it's Iron Man, and I was never I never ran with it. Yeah,
it looks too anime for Iron Man. So that's my view.
But the Mark 46 though, when you drop that freaking reissue, everybody's gonna go mad.
Oh yeah, you know. I mean, you know it's coming.
Oh yeah, it is coming.
I mean, and I'll just say this: as far as reissues coming from Black Panther, I'd say the 40. I mean, from Black Widow, I just gave away. So obviously, I think 46 is going to get reissued, and I think Black Panther is going to get reissued because, at least for the reason for Black Panther, he's the one that ratted on Natasha to General Ross. So he has a valid reason to appear in Black Widow. So
that makes sense. But out of everything, of what I've been hearing, the Mark 42 was the suit, quarter scale wise, to pick up. Like, if you were looking for a quarter scale Iron Man, out of all the Iron Mans, the Mark 42 was the sought after piece out of the Iron Man quarter scales. Now we got the new boy in the block. The Iron Man Mark III quarter scale was still in the market. I heard great things about it, great things, but I have not heard it as sought after as the Mark 42. Now, PJ did say that the Mark 42 core scale did sit, you know, in stores and online sites. It did sit for a while. I do understand that. But after that, people were admiring a lot more, and they were picking it up. So Mark III might be the same way. It might pick up some drive later on, especially since it is a legacy suit. It is what started Iron Man off. You know, other than the Mark 1 and the Mark 2, that was like the quintessential beginning of those colors of the Mark.
And the thing is too, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but Hot Toys has actually displayed a promo of a quarter scale Mark II in the full.
Yeah,
silver.
they did. Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, if they're just dropping reissues like this, like why they should. They just, you know, look at this freaking battle damage, man. Wow, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and just love the battle damage where it's actually, you can see depth, dimension, multiple layers, like actual physical different layers of the damage. So aesthetically, that's a big deal because it doesn't look fake. It looks like it actually happened. And
another thing, okay, so I the one thing, Iron Man 3 was one of my favorites because, you know, it was Iron Man rebuilding himself again, but with higher tech stuff, and then he was trying to maintain everything. He was on the freaking. He was like if Bruce Willis was going through Die Hard once again, but it was throughout the freaking city or throughout the country at this point. It literally was the Die Hard, but for Tony Stark.
Oh, speaking of that, I'll throw a little bit of knowledge in. Die Hard was actually supposed to be Commando 2. That was the sequel for Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando. He dropped out, and then it got remade into Die Hard. You know what else though? There's another tease too. Sylvester Stallone was supposed to play Bruce Willis' character. What's his name? I forgot his name. John McClane. John McClane. Originally, Sylvester Stallone was supposed to play John McClane for Die Hard. When they finally remade it into Die Hard, the script and everything, he was supposed to do it, but then he backed out, and then that's how we got Bruce Willis. Yep. That's how Bruce Willis, because I know Bruce Willis was a thing, but he was, moonlighting, the moonlighting show, little movies here and there. But until Die Hard came, that's when it freaking boosted him as a freaking action star. I know. One other thing, the movie Cobra, right? With Bruce, with Steve, what's his name? Cobra with Stallone? Stallone, yes. Oh, yeah. All right. The original theme song to that movie was supposed to be Stan Bush's The Touch.
What? No!
That got changed, and then that became the Transformers anthem.
No!
Stan Bush originally wrote the Transformers song for Cobra.
You got The Touch? No way, really?
Yep.
Oh, my God, no.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Well, and just ever since that song has made that guy's career, and he's been tied to Transformers ever since. So.
Wow, dude, I know people hated that Transformers movie, but that moment with Rodimus Prime at the end, he was like, "Optimus, show me the way." He was like,
yep. And that was and that song was originally written for Cobra.
That movie would have been epic if they didn't freaking murder everybody from the first seasons. If they didn't have to, I'll just tell you this. As far as the movie, they were actually working on the 86 movie when they started working on season 1 in 1984 of the series. That's why there's only one combiner in the movie. Because when they were working on the movie, they only had one combiner planned for season 1. So they were just like G.I. Joe. When they were working on season 1 of G.I. Joe, they were working on the movie that came out 3 weeks after Transformers the movie in 86. So, wow.
Just why Transformers the movie that came out in 1986 in the United States didn't release in Japan until 1989.
Damn.
So, yeah.
But anyway, guys, that's some knowledge for you to take home with you from your boy Don Prime, of course, the living encyclopedia. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much 100% a reissue. There's no updates to it, and from what I've been hearing, this figure doesn't really need any updates or 2.0s. The only 2.0 that would have gone pretty well with this if they would have thrown in a full head sculpt, but there was not many moments where Tony Stark was with a full head sculpt with the Mark 42. Most of the time, he was just wearing the helmet up like that with the Mark 42. But it would have been nice if we had like a full on battle damage head sculpt. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You do get the cool base. You get actually cool 2 bases. If you use this correctly, you might get 2 bases out of this. Because I see people using the actual top base for this.
It's a little hard though because the part that actually fits into the base, there's tabs and slots on the bottom, so it's a little difficult for it to lie by itself on the ground because it actually slots in. You know, like the Star Wars stands that have the open grate, you have to physically like put the stand in between 2 open slots.
Yeah,
that's like what the Art Reactor base that sits on top of the actual physical base. It slides into those openings. So
wow. Yeah, wow. But I'd be seeing people not even using this base for their Mark 42. They'd be using it for their other Iron Man suits. And it's pretty big enough just to fit your 1/6 scale Iron Mans on top of there. Like, you know, it fits quite well. Like, it doesn't fit snug. It has space for it to breathe.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I'm doing the same thing when I get my Mark III back. I'm going to use the Ironmonger stand that lights up and I'm going to put a Tux Tony Stark from like start of Iron Man 2 on it.
Okay, nice. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Wow, man, I making me want to get the Mark III right now. But and also the Road Warrior base over here. Like the base, the battery. I'm fine with the Road Warrior battery. The only thing is that I actually this would have been a good 2.0. Just freaking put the stickers for me, okay? I don't want to apply the freaking stickers.
Oh, no, tampograph it. Don't even do stickers. Just do a hard tampograph into the plastic. Yeah. So it's physically there, so it will never come off. There's no stickers or anything like that.
I'm still gonna let it carry the battery, but I'm probably not gonna do anything to it. Maybe I'll probably do that. I might consider that, but I just hate when companies have to make me put stickers on. That just drives me insane. All right, guys. So far, it is a absolute do for me. This is like a 5 Wepas, 5 freaking Captain freaking Puerto Ricos, 2.0s. This is the reissue that you really want to pick up, especially if you are a fan of Iron Man. This is a quarter scale. This is going to be my first Iron Man quarter scale purchase. Yeah. So
yeah, and I was just going to say, yeah, this is one of those things. If you're thinking about it, this is a payment plan figure. This is not a buy and then pay when it just comes in. This is an absolute payment plan figure.
And this gives you 8 freaking months of $72 payment plan right here. And number of payments, 8 payments. Yep, 8 payments. Yeah, 8 freaking payments. And $640, it's $66 over the original release, deluxe edition. It's only $66, $70 more. But if you've been saving up points and a coupon, you can bring this down quite a bit. You know, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably drop $100 on this and $25 coupon on it. So,
yeah, I mean, at this point, you also have to be smart. Anybody who's been shopping for a while, Sideshow always gives you a coupon if you pre-order, or if your order comes in, you do your contests. It's one of those things, if you work a little bit, you can save some money on these figures. But you got to do the little bit of the work yourself. But again, this is an absolute payment plan figure. This is a drop your coupons, drop your rewards points, and just get that monthly payment lower. You know, you do a decent amount of payments. That, $75 a month payment, that goes down to $60 a month. And that's almost, a normal payment plan you would make, for a die-cast figure with 4 payment plans, or 5. So, I mean, if you work at it, this is affordable. but it's up to you. Now, as far as a day one pre-order, no. This is one I'm going to move some funds around, potentially look at things. But again, you still have a little bit of time before the payment plan would even start to think about. It starts in January, right, for the full year?
Yeah, it starts
in
January.
You still have a couple of months to even make a decision. So this is something this is not an impulse buy by any means. This is you have to think about it. Because this is essentially 2 or 3 Hot Toy figures you're buying in one. Then you also got to worry about the space. Because again, quarter scale figures, they're deceptively large compared to a 6 scale figure. So you see them in pictures, you think it's one thing. When you get it in hand, it is dramatically larger. So the space is also going to put an issue into whether you get this or not.
Yeah, I've seen people fit this in their detox, but it is very snug. So
this is a Majin case figure. I'm gonna I have Majin cases. A quarter scale, you need a Majin case or something specifically for quarter scale or larger. Yeah, it's a beast. These are beasts.
It is a beast, and I am enjoying every minute of it, and I can't wait. I know a lot of people are concerned about Hot Toys and what they're doing with their brand as far as like becoming more of a toy company versus a collectible company. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
It's it's a different world. Everything is changing. Shipping is increasing. Parts are increasing. Materials are increasing. They have to increase their visibility. They have to increase their market share. And if that means they have to start producing more, that might happen. That might be the only way they survive is they have to produce more. And it's a trade-off.
And I know there's talks that, oh my God, Hot Toys is pretty much going down the drain. They're putting out all these products because they're sinking. It's a sinking ship. I don't think that's the issue. I just think that they know the market and they want to recoup some of the money they lost with 2020. This is one way. Yeah, and they probably had these. They also probably had these freaking reissues, ready on the wait. They were already planned.
Yeah. Now, and I'll say the same thing. A lot of the reason we're seeing these pre-orders, they need a cash infusion. But tell me a company after the pandemic, or still like in Hong Kong, they're still dealing with it, that doesn't need an influx of cash. And by saying they need an influx of cash, that doesn't necessarily mean, they're circling the drain. It just means all their costs, all their prices have gone up. So they need an influx of cash to continue operations, to set them up. When I'm saying this, I'm not, trying to do a grand conspiracy theory that, they're on their way out. It's just from a business perspective, they need more money in hand to offset all their additional costs that have been rising. So, but this is what it is.
It is what it is, man. And like I said before, and I'll say again, in the immortal words of Michael Keaton, the world is changing. We got to change too. And hey, you either stay with the company or you move on. There's other 1/6 scale companies out there that are doing their fine jobs, like 3-0. And even though 3-0 is pretty much doing the same thing what Hot Toys is doing, they're putting out more pre-orders of figures they've already sold out on. So other companies are doing the same thing. The only companies that are not doing this, that are not doing reissues, are statue companies. And if that's something you want to move on to have more collectability for, then there you go. But Hot Toys is still collectibles. Just that if Hot Toys sees an opportunity with a reissue, they're going to do it, and that's their decision. That's the decision to make. They're a business, and they want to make it happen. You can also, pay, talk with your wallet, which is also another way. If you're not interested in getting the Mark 42, or because you already have the Mark 42, or you're trying to resell the Mark 42 for thousands of dollars, you just got to sit on it a bit more and wait till it sells out again, and then do it again, because there's figures out there that have been reissued and now they're going back up in price again, like the Death Troopers. The Death Troopers are going back up. So just gotta sit and wait.
Exactly. I mean, people use these as investments, and again, there's no right or reason. There's no rhyme. One product can be X price tomorrow, and then for whatever reason it jumps or it drops, 100%, in a 24-hour period. So, who knows?
Yeah, and I will say this. I'll say this again. If you guys got the Mark 6, don't sit on it for too long. The writing's on the wall for the Mark 6. Look what's happening. Whiplash reissue 2.0. Freaking War Machine Mark 1. Well, that happened later. But we got the Mark 5 reissue. Then we got the Mark 5 with the tracksuit. We got one more,
too. Mark 4. If you got the Mark 4.
The Mark 4.
Especially the gantry kit, and you're thinking about getting rid of that. That's Iron Man 2. They're on an Iron Man 2 reissue kick right now. Again, I'm moving my stuff. I let go my Mark 4 2 weeks ago because I saw the writing on the wall. And again, Mark 4, Mark 5, Mark 6, that's all Iron Man 2.
Hell, the Mark 42, they got the Gentry look too. They got the Gentry base right there. That could be a sign that, hey guys, we got the Gentry coming in with the Mark 4 reissue again.
Yeah, but this would be because the first one was plastic, then the die-cast one, so this would be a reissue of the die-cast.
Yeah.
And the gantry kit is going for over $1,000 used. So
that was about the price of the Mark 42 resale, so used. So if Hot Toys sees the opportunity, they're gonna go for it. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be happy for me because I missed my chance. I literally, when I first started collecting Hot Toys, I said no to the Mark 4 and went for the Mark 7. And I'm like, damn, I would have loved to have that Gentry. So I missed my chance. with the Mark 4. So it'd be a great opportunity to get the Mark 4 in.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the things. If you're not trying to use these things as investment pieces, again, as a collector in the community, honestly, it's awesome that some of these are being reissued because you're giving the opportunity to people who at the time couldn't afford it. They weren't even in the game. I mean, you're giving people the opportunity to get their Grail pieces. So, I mean, as a fan, you can't be mad at that because, again, as being a collector, you should want other people to get the stuff that they want. Not be a gatekeeper, to these toys, so to say.
I've said it. I also said this before that Hot Toys also sees the fact that there's new wallets coming in, new collectors coming in. Mm-hmm. You entice them by giving them a Grail piece right out the back of them coming in through the doors. Oh my God, this is a Grail piece. They start hearing word about this. Man, this was a Grail piece. Now it's a reissue. They buy that Grail piece that literally was now a retail price versus spending thousands of dollars on eBay, and then they see another Hot Toy piece. They're like, you know what? Let me buy this to go with this. The Whiplash, the Iron Man Mark 5, hell, the Mark 6, the Mark 4. Hot Toys sees these trends, and they entice the new collectors to come in to buy more figures. So,
indeed.
But anyway, guys, that is all we have for today. The Mark 42 reissue quarter scale Hot Toys figure. It is 5 freaking weapons. Mm-hmm. Do it. This is a do for me, and I can't wait for it. It's a do not. I repeat, it's a do not if you don't got the space. But it's 4 weapons at that point. No. One weapon for do nots. Okay, because you want to make the space for this. Mm-hmm. Telling you want to make space for this, because once this figure sells out eventually, you probably got time. But I'm just letting you all don't sit too long, because you might be considering getting other figures and then you miss out on this one. But yeah, it's not a day one pre-order at the moment. There is time to get this, but do not wait too long, because you'll be doing something like I did, where I waited too long and I thought about just getting the Mark 7 versus the Mark IV Gentry. And I should have gotten the Mark IV Gentry first and then worked my way up to the Mark 7. But it is what it is. So I'm fine with my Mark 7, but I'm just saying, just rethink your collection. See if you want to fit this Mark 42 quarter scale in yours.
Indeed.
But anyway, guys, love your thoughts down below. Was it a day one pre-order for you? Are you picking it up? Are you trading a few figures for it? Are you trying to sell your Mark 42 real quick before people start forgetting about the price? Well, just sell that Mark 6. Sell it as high as you can before they reissue it. Anyway, guys, as always, remember, may the weapons be with you. Always.
All right, folks, have a good one.